All right, welcome back, guys. We've got something different to talk about today for sure. Very for sure. So here's some information, but their website doesn't actually work. Some other information you can zoom in and look at if you want. I don't know. This is a Fulcrum Knives Eclipse. Best I can tell, this was like a one and done type of deal. This was a Kickstarter back in 2018. It's cool. Like, we've seen coin knives before. And I just looking over here at the shelf. I don't think I still have the Olight one that I did get at one point, or I might have put it in the drawer. Anyway, one of the very first ones that I ever remember was Serge Perchenko's Coin Claw, which was super cool. And then Olay made one, which was totally cheesy and kind of weird. And like, I don't know why they made it. And now we've got this guy. And there's been some others too along the way. And if you know of other ones, comment down below. So, all right, you guys know I am a fan of the Oreo cookie, right? So we are at about the same size as the Oreo. This is a mega stuff. And if you watched my recent unboxing, you'll know the difference between double stuff, mega stuff, cookies and cream, and Cakesters. Oh, Cakesters. All right, so this is quite a bit smaller. I think they call it at 6 millimeter. So it's really thin. It can go on a keychain. It did come with a lanyard back in the day. The Kickstarter was actually super successful. They did like $200,000 and like $30 a piece or whatever these were. It's crazy. So I don't know. So it's 440C G10 scales, if you can call it a scale. It is a button lock, and we'll show that here in a second. And it runs on phosphor bronze washers. It weighs in at 0.8 ounces. Diameter is 1.81. Same size as Oreo, give or take. And the blade, all right, so let me zoom in even more here and make sure you guys can see. Here's your button for your button lock mechanism. It then pushes straight out. And cantilevers on this 4-link, 2-link, whatever you want to call it there. And then if you push it hard enough open, this button lock will drop back in. I have never really used this. Somebody gave it to me. It was in a box of knives that came from somebody. And if you're that somebody, I'm sorry I don't remember exactly who. Normally, when I get gifts like this, stuff like that, I put a little Post-it on the package so that I know if it's sitting in the drawer and things like that, so I can keep track of. I don't remember. All right, so you do have a blade here of about 0.61 on the cutting edge. 440C, it is hardened. Let me zoom back out a little bit so you can see how it fits in your hand. You know, it's odd. It's goofy. But that's what's kind of cool about it. And if I saw this, not that I'm a huge Kickstarter person, but if I were and I saw this for like $30, I'd be like, sure, it's $30. Who cares, right? And then it just comes back closed. I think it's cool. There is a little nub here, which I wish there kind of wasn't on. So it's not perfectly circular. There is a little nub there. I kind of wish that wasn't there, and maybe it was just it's a safety thing to make sure that you don't catch yourself on the edge there and things like that. So I get it, but it would have been nicer if it was just more symmetrical in my mind. It did come with, depending on options in the Kickstarter, there was a lanyard with I believe it's an aluminum bead. They also did one with copper and copper scales, copper and titanium bars. There was one that was all blacked out. There was some cool options. I think it's interesting. You do have kind of a finger choil right here. and it does fit in your hand. I think with a lanyard, it would fit in your hand way better. Or if you put this on a set of keys and you had your keys kind of dangling here, or a small Swiss Army knife or a flashlight, it might be really cool in that regard. I think that would just give you something to grab onto. This is something that you might be able to just carry around in places that you might not be able to take that. Right? I mean, this is just going to be some weird thing on your keychain that maybe nobody's going to notice. Nobody's going to talk about. Nobody's going to confiscate as you're going through security screening at a normal facility, at a concert, at a ballpark, at a thing like that. Sure, you might be able to get this through. I would not try to take this into a court building. I would not try to take it on an airplane. I don't know. I like interesting things, right? I mean, some of the knives I have are more on the unusual side. So I like these engineering things that are odd. Here's another one that's an oddity, but it's cool. So I love things that are odd and unique. So yeah, it's kind of cool. When I first got it, I didn't even know how to open it. I messed with it and I just was a dummy. And I like literally put it back in the package and just threw it in the drawer. And I saw it in the drawer the other day. I was like, let me mess with that again. And then I literally did. I went on YouTube and saw a video from Cutlery Lover, and he explained some details about it, saw it open, and I was like, duh. How come I didn't figure that out for myself beforehand? Yeah. I'm not the brightest guy out there, guys. I'm just a guy with a camera and a channel. So, I don't know. Let me know if you've got one of these. If you have one of these specific ones in any configuration, comment down below. If you have a coin knife of any sort, let me know down below too. I would love to hear from you. So, let me know your thoughts, guys. I know it's kind of goofy. It's weird, but hey, I show all the knives.